So,
Are we ready for this?
am I ever ready?
I feel like you're never actually ready. You're right. You kind of suck.
Do you notice? Okay, it's usually you, but the last few weeks have been me.
You also didn't notice that I'm not using my proper microphone right now.
Oh shit, man, I'm really not on my game. Luckily, you caught that.
See,
Now
listen,
you
I've done
sound
it
better.
before, so I can't say much because that's happened to
Yeah.
me before. So we'll just say we're even now. Cheers to that, my friend.
Well, I was so focused on. Oh, I'm like really sweating. I was so focused on my microphone working that I didn't even listen to yours.
Well, I'm glad that both microphones work. And in case you didn't know, I'm Ricki,
I'm Jake.
and you're listening to 20 somethings doing nothing, where we are absolute disasters of humans. And sometimes we just don't even use our actual freaking microphones that we spent a lot of money on.
I'm happy that you remember to do the intro because I would literally never remember it.
That's why we work as a duo.
Oh, yeah, it would not work just one half. Something would always go wrong. I mean, something still goes wrong. So it's like, whatever, it just less goes wrong.
Solid point. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that we just diminish the amount of things that actually go wrong. We both have glasses on
Exactly.
right now, and it's kind of freaking me out.
Okay, so I know if you're listening to this, you can't see me, but I think this is the longest my facial hair has ever been that you've seen because I
Yeah,
think it's the longest it's ever been in general.
it is pretty long, actually.
I know I'm like starting to kind of grow a beard.
That's so strange. You're growing up, Jake Bird.
I know because I can't really grow a beard, but I started to grow this because I just stopped shaving because, it's 2020. And then I was
And we
like,
don't
wait,
care about anything anymore. That's why.
right, exactly. So it's whatever, just rocking it.
That's crazy. It doesn't look bad, though.
Thanks. I'm kind of into it.
I kind of like it. Is it patchy?
Not really,
I
which
can't
is
see it that
good.
well, but I'm very
It's
proud
just
of you
not
for
super
even
even.
trying.
Thanks. How's your facial hair?
My facial hair, I actually recently waxed, so I don't have any right now.
Your stash?
Yeah, I have to wax my stash like every 3 weeks, 3 to 4
Hmm.
weeks, because I got that thick Hispanic Latina hair all up in my stash area.
You just do it yourself?
Yeah, I buy Sally Hansen has like little wax strips that you just heat up in your hands and you just do it yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just like too expensive to go to like a nice place to get them waxed. And if I get it waxed at a cheap place, then I break out. So I just use the Sally Hansen stuff. It's so much cheaper and a lot easier.
Why? How much can a nice place charge you to wax your lip?
Oh my God. If you want to go to somewhere like European Wax Center, it's, I think, $15 to wax your stash.
Wax your stash. Why does that sound
It's
so funny?
it's 22 for eyebrows. I know that. And I think it's 15 for your stash. And I'm like, I don't got
Wow.
$15 every month for this nonsense. I buy
How much
$15
does it
for a
cost?
pack of the other things.
How much does it cost to Ladyscape wax?
Oh, if you go to European Wax Center, I think it's 50 or $60 if you're going to do like a
What?
Brazilian. Yeah, if you're going to do a
Wow.
full Brazilian. And then it's cheaper depending on if you don't want to do that. If you want to do just like the bare minimum.
Do you remember the time that I got waxed
For
while we were recording the
Valentine's
podcast?
Day, right?
Yep. Yep.
Do you remember that? It
That was a
ruined
long
like
time
all of
ago.
your back hair follicles.
Oh, it was horrible. I broke out really badly and it stayed like that for a long time. And then it was just weird that my like hair follicles started growing two hairs in one follicle. It was very odd.
Okay, so I felt really bad about that for a little while, but you got to put a face mask on me after that of the most disgusting things that you could find around the office. So I feel like we were even because I also
Nope.
broke out. I broke out
Not
on my face though.
that was not even at all.
How?
I had long-term effects from that.
Does your hair still not grow right?
I think it's normal now.
Oh,
It was just very weird. It was very weird and very uncomfortable. But we made it through it.
I'm still upset though because I still broke out. Only I broke out on my face. And as you can see from looking at this video, I have a very oily face. So like
Well,
putting
your
stuff
face
on
looks
it that
pretty
I'm not
good right
supposed to
now.
have. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Are you wearing makeup?
No, I'm not actually.
Me neither.
I'm glad we both look pretty good without makeup on.
Well, I'm wearing a hat to distract from the rest of my face.
I get that. I do that quite often.
Are you excited for Thursday?
I'm
Oh
so
wait, this is
excited that I could
Thursday.
puke.
It is Thursday.
We're recording this on Monday, so right now it's Monday, but we're talking about this Thursday, which you will be listening to it now as we're talking about it. It's always trippy to me how that works.
Are
But
you excited for today?
tonight,
Tonight? Depending on when you're listening to this.
it is the hopefully not so awkward virtual holiday extravaganza presented by the Carla Marie and Anthony Show and 20 Somethings Doing Nothing podcast.
Wow, you didn't even have to hesitate for that one.
I've been practicing almost every day because I need to be the pro at reciting this freaking title.
Look at this. You got a new ring light. You're looking good. You're not wearing makeup, and you got the title perfect.
I
You're just
am
thriving.
killing it right now.
My microphone thing just fell. You can see all the tape of how I keep it up.
So anyway, if you don't know, the virtual holiday extravaganza that we are doing with Carla Marie and Anthony is on Twitch tonight. If you are listening to this on Thursday, December 10th, it is on Twitch tonight. We expect everyone to be there. All you have to do is go to twitch.tv/Carla Marie and Anthony at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we will be doing a lot of holiday fun things like games.
I'm excited.
And gifts exchanges and all sorts of like cool shit that people do for the holidays.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that we exchanged gifts and we sent them gifts and they sent us gifts, except you're gonna have my gift.
Yeah.
What was okay, so I got a text from Carla Marie today that said your gift is getting to Ricky's on Thursday, which is today if you're listening on today. And then I said, well, that's awkward because I'm not at Ricky's. Said, yeah, Ricki was going to bring it to you because it was in a not hidden box. What was your plan there? Were you going to bring it to me on Thursday?
Yeah. I was going to bring it to you on Thursday so that you would have it to open.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
Because I'm essentially the Latina version of fucking Santa Claus. So I was going to bring your gift for you. And instead, you switched up all the freaking plans. So now I'm going to open your gift for you.
Oh, well, that's good. But you can't keep my gift. You have to give it to me.
I might want to keep it. I actually already know what it is, and I kind of do want to keep it.
How do you know what it is?
I know everything.
She told you what my gift is?
I know everything.
Nobody told me what. I'm assuming that Carla Marie bought me the gift and Anthony bought you the gift, considering that she was the one that told me that.
Maybe. We're going to find out on Thursday because it's supposed to be a secret. So who knows?
It's supposed to be a secret, but Carla Marie has me. Well, that's good because I bought one for Carla Marie.
Oh, yeah. That actually worked out really well if that's the case.
Yeah, that is the case.
We don't know if it is or isn't, Jake. It didn't happen yet.
It is the case.
It didn't happen yet.
We
We don't know. We don't know.
Okay, we don't know.
It's a secret.
Wait, do things stay on Twitch after they're done? Like people can watch it afterwards?
Yes. So you can watch it afterwards on their Twitch channel for, I think, 2 weeks. If not, we will put it up on YouTube under ours as well, so that everybody can join in on the fun. We have fun cocktails that we're making and Jello shots that I'm going to get way too drunk on.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Probably going to have a headache Friday morning, but it'll be worth it, I think.
Yeah. So last minute, I decided that I'm not going to be home and I'm going to do a shoot somewhere else. So now I have to take everything with me, which is just like adds to the fun.
Listen,
I texted my friend whose house I'm staying, and I was like, "Do you guys have a pizza place near you? Because I need pizza Thursday night."
If they didn't, that would be the most depressing place ever to live.
Yeah.
The only things I look for in the places that I live is there a pizza place near me? Can I walk to a bar? Does it have parking?
Can you walk to the bar, and does the bar have pizza? Because then it's just a win-win. No, I don't know. Haven't you ever stayed like in the middle of nowhere where it's just hard to find anything?
Totally. Yeah. That's kind of the point of going to the middle of nowhere, is so that there isn't anything and you know that ahead of time.
I'm not staying in the middle of nowhere, but I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be. I just know where I'm shooting. I just don't really know where I'm sleeping.
Well then, that should be interesting.
So hopefully there's pizza.
I got you a little surprise for tonight too, but I'm not going to tell you what it is now. You have to wait.
Well, that's awkward because I didn't get anybody anything.
It's not a gift. It's just a little tiny surprise because I thought of you when I saw it and I was like, oh, well, this will be perfect for Thursday.
That's so nice.
I know. Sometimes I'm like too nice to you and then it kind of makes you want to throw up and I feel like I need to compensate and be extra mean afterwards.
I'm just really happy that my friend group, including you, we don't do gifts for each other. Did I talk about this last week?
I don't think that we did talk
I
about
don't
this
think I
last
did.
week.
So it makes me really happy because I'm buying gifts for my immediate family and my sister-in-law and my niece and my nephew, right? So that is 4, 5, 6, 7 people,
Too many, yeah.
right? Yeah. Right. 7 people. That's a ton of people. That's 7 separate gifts that I'm buying, and some of them I'm buying multiple gifts for. So if I had to like coordinate and think about things to get my friends and things, I'm just so happy that we don't do it. And the gift that we get each other is we spend time with each other. And that's all we need.
Oh, that is all we need.
Because let's be real, none of us want to spend money or time searching for presents. I mean, it's nice to like know that you're thought of and stuff, but I don't know. I don't feel weird that people don't get me gifts, and I'm happy that I don't have to get my friends gifts.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I exchange with maybe 2 to 3 people every year max of my friends, and they're not actual gifts. Like I've explained what this was one other time I think on the podcast. But my one friend and I, we do a huge gift exchange where we pick the shittiest gift that we got that year. And we
Yes.
all exchange shitty gifts. So that's almost like
awesome.
our gifts to each other in a way. So I don't buy her a gift, but that's like the gift that we end up exchanging. And then I have like 2 friends that I'll buy little things for, but that's about it. I typically focus on my family.
Yeah, I'm with you. Although I feel like a lot of females do get each other gifts.
Definitely. And they get each other
Like,
extravagant gifts sometimes too.
oh, I don't know any females that do extravagant gifts. A lot of my
Oh,
female friends, they just do like exchanges. And then on the morning show, all the females on the morning show, on Elvis during the morning show, when I used to work there, all the females would get each other gifts. And there was like 18 and a half females there.
yeah, there's a lot of girls.
It was so many people, and you have to shop for every single one. Like, come on. And they're not even, I mean, they're your friends, but like they're your coworkers. That's the last thing that I want to be doing is spending time shopping for gifts for my coworkers.
You're like so holly and jolly.
I love the holidays and I love exchanging gifts with my family. But like, come on, nobody has time to shop for every single one of your fucking friends.
So at my old job, we didn't exchange gifts either. Like that wasn't a thing that we did. Mostly because my other co-host, Dan, when we were at Zach Sang, he hates getting gifts. Like he
hates getting gifts?
despises gifts because he's like, every time that I ever get a gift, it ends up being something that I don't fucking want. And it just sits in the corner of my room. It's like a little fucking knickknack that I never asked for, never actually wanted. And then it just sits there. And then I feel bad throwing it out because someone gave it to me, but I don't actually want it. And he's like, I just don't want any gifts ever. So nobody ever buys him gifts. It's very easy and very simple. It was really nice.
See, I just set the expectation for people that, well, I guess, I don't know. So I don't like getting gifts, like physical things, because a lot of the time that's what happens, right? You don't like it or whatever, and then it just becomes something that sits on the shelf and collects dust. So I love gifting experiences, and so I gift people experiences. And then hopefully they will do the same for me so that they don't buy me a fucking tchotchke that just sits on my desk and collects dust forever.
I'm with you. I get it. Totally get it.
We
Good
sound like such
strategy.
miserable people, but like, come on, let's be real. Don't waste your money on something that I'm not going to use.
I mean, my dad the other night, he was asking me what I wanted for Christmas. And every year my parents ask me, and every year I say, please just get me money. Like, give me money. And that's
Give me
it.
all your
Because
money.
all I need is like my bills paid or something. I don't care about anything
Right.
else. So my dad and I were talking about the fact that I want a few more tattoos and I know which ones I want. So he was like, oh, I'll give you money towards that for Christmas. And I was like,
Yes.
fuck yeah, win-win for both of us. You got a gift for me. I know exactly what it is. It's an experience in and of itself because I'm going to go get the tattoo that I've wanted for the last 8 years now. So I'm like, this all
What are you
works
gonna
out in
get?
the end. I've been wanting this hourglass tattoo for so long, like so long on my arm. But I also really want to build onto the butterfly I have on my shoulder.
How big are you going to make the hourglass?
As big as it has to be to have all the detail that I want in it.
What?
Yeah. It will
How,
probably end up being my biggest tattoo that I have on my body.
are you talking like it's going to take up your entire forearm?
Probably, yeah.
What?
Most likely. I'm either going to do my forearm or like the back of my arm, depending on how big it has to be. If it has to be pretty big, it'll be the back of my arm. And it'll be the left
Wow.
side because that's where my butterfly is. And I think I might build onto it and make it like a half sleeve or something, or a full sleeve if it's going to be smaller and on the lower part.
Full sleeve.
I would love a full
This just
sleeve.
escalated so fast.
I would love to have a full sleeve. I was just like,
Oh,
I'm really bad with putting ideas together though, and that's why I always gravitated against it. But now it's kind of like everything is slowly forming together in my head, and I think I have an idea for a half sleeve at least.
you're gonna need more than one Christmas to pay for a
Oh yeah.
full sleeve. This is
But
gonna
then
have to
that's
be like,
also a perfect gift. It's like every time that something happens, Christmas or my birthday, just give me money towards my tattoo.
hmm,
I don't know if my mom's gonna like that idea, but my dad's down for it. So I'll get
I
half of it
would
done by him at
never.
least.
I would never do a full sleeve. I don't even think I would do a half sleeve. I think I would just look too weird. I'm too scrawny for a sleeve tattoo.
Jake, that is not a thing. You're not too scrawny. You have
It is
commitment
a thing.
issues. That's what it is. Let's be honest and let's not lie.
You're just making excuses. No, I mean that's really also a big reason is that I can't think of anything that I would want my whole life that visible to everyone in the world.
And then you have the one tattoo that you have that you constantly forget about and don't tell anyone about because you're like, I don't really know if I like it anymore. I was like, what? What?
No, I still like it. I just like my next one is gonna be one that I definitely will love forever.
Okay. Well, you've talked about getting a palm tree.
Yeah, I really want to get a palm tree, but like that's whatever. I can do that whenever. I'm gonna get my dog's paw print.
That is the most Jakeford thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Thank you.
That's so
I'm gonna get a
fitting.
sleeve of paw prints.
Every dog you ever meet, just all of their paw prints all over your arm.
Well, you said I have commitment issues, and if I know I'm gonna love a paw print forever of like a specific dog, then I'll just get a whole sleeve of it, and then I'll love it forever, right?
Hey, that kind of makes sense in the very basic logic scheme, but like, please don't do that.
We're like, oh yeah, you would not like that. No, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna get a few more, just not a sleeve. But you could rock a sleeve for sure. I mean, I guess anyone could.
Yeah, that's why I was saying the whole being scrawny thing is definitely not a thing. Everybody can rock anything they want. My whole thing that I always say to every person, because everyone's always like, how do you wear this? How do you do that? I don't understand how all these things look like they work for you. If you tell yourself that you look good, then you look fucking good. And that's how it works. You have to have the confidence.
Yeah.
So if
I
you
don't
got
know.
a
There's
sleeve and if every day you said, I look like a badass motherfucker, then other people might think that, but I know you're lying.
because I would not look like a badass motherfucker. People would be like, "What is on his arm? Like,
Who
did
put
somebody
that
draw
there?
Sharpie on his arm? Yeah, who put that there? Who did he pay to do that? Who agreed to do that? Oh,
Oh,
good
Jake
times.
Bird.
Yeah.
Well, we have a very special guest coming on tonight.
Oh, is she
Uh,
ready to join us?
Not yet, but I'm just kind of prepping for what is to happen very soon. Do you quickly want to say who it is and how you know them? Because you're the one that
Yeah.
actually.
So it is one of my friends from college. I don't know how we met or when we met. Maybe she'll remember this, but her name's Lorelei, and she is going through breast cancer right now. Is that how you say it? She's going through breast cancer. She's
I
going
mean,
through
yeah,
chemo
chemo for breast cancer. She's
Yeah,
battling breast
and
cancer currently.
there we go. She's currently battling breast cancer, and she's doing this incredible challenge, and it's a way that she's staying positive and forming more positive things out of this, what is never a good situation. And so I asked her to come join us and talk about it, and she's very excited, and I'm very excited to have her. She's an awesome person, and yeah,
I'm pumped. I can't wait for her to come on so we can talk about this.
that was like the best intro I've done for anyone that we've had.
I was going to tell you that I was impressed, but I didn't want to like fuck up your flow. So I just decided not to
Thank
say
you.
anything at all. I was like, I'll tell him later.
Well, most of the time I'm just like, I don't know, and then nothing comes out.
Yes, exactly.
So that was good. I put my thoughts together this time. I'm learning.
I'm so proud of you in so many ways. You're growing a beard. You're getting better at introductions. You don't want to get a sleeve, but that's okay.
See, I've decided. I committed that I don't want to leave. I committed to not committing.
There we go. It's just still kind of a
Wow.
form of commitment, I guess, if we want to be nice about it. I guess, right? Yeah, we can go with that.
I'm little win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just keep on what are you drinking?
Wine.
Well, yeah, no shit.
I actually don't know what kind of wine. My dad just said, "Hey, Peanut, would you like a glass of wine?" And I said, "Yes, sir. I very much would like one." So he poured me a glass of wine.
He offered wine to the dog?
To me,
Oh.
Peanut. He calls me Peanut, not Pee-wee.
Uh,
Oh my God. My dog's name is
wait.
I am
I
Peanut.
did that. My roommate's girlfriend has a dog that she just got, and its name is Bocce. And I was like, "How's Cannoli?" And she's like, "Who's Cannoli?" And I was like, "Your dog." And she's like, "No, his name's Bocce." I just keep getting people's names wrong. People's dogs' names wrong for some reason. Pee-wee, Peanut is the same thing, right? It
No,
sounds the
it's
same.
not. It's not the same thing. It does not sound the same. They just both start with a P. That's the only thing that's similar.
Well, Bocce and Cannoli don't sound the same
No.
or start with the same. But I think they were considering naming it something Italian, so I just thought Cannoli. Thought they were gonna name it like tricolored cookie or something.
I mean, I think bocce is still Italian, isn't it? Bocce ball?
I don't
Isn't
know.
bocce ball an Italian sport?
It don't only rich people play bocce ball.
I think all people play bocce ball.
Have you ever played bocce ball?
Yeah, there's actually a place near me that has a whole bocce ball court
What?
or whatever you would call it. Maybe not a court, whatever it's actually called.
What place?
It's a Mohawk House. It's like a
Mohawk
town
House.
over from me. Yeah, it's like the fancy place. So maybe only rich people do play bocce ball. It's literally
Yeah.
like each drink is like $25. So we only go when we're feeling real fucking fancy.
Holy cow! Did I ever tell you about the most expensive drink that I've ever had?
No, but I would love to hear more right before our guest comes on because she is here.
Oh, we can skip that then. Just you can let her in.
Okay, so here's Lorelei. I'm gonna let her in now.
uh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
It's nice to see you.
Great to see you. I'm not Abby Grasso, so we are changing my name.
Oh, this is Ricki Lorelei.
Hi, Ricki.
It's so nice to meet you. You look freaking fantastic. I just have to say that.
Well, you look fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's see.
So we were introducing you before, and I realized that I don't know how we met. Like, obviously we met in college, but like, do you remember how we crossed paths?
I think so.
Oh, I think I do remember now, but I'm gonna let you say it.
Well, does it involve me knocking on your door?
Yes.
Yes. I was a community engager in college.
Yes.
And
oh God,
literally
what is that?
they paid me to go knock on the doors of freshmen to welcome them to the university and just promote events and, get you guys together.
Yeah, Lorelei was very well. Didn't you do something with the freshmen? You were like very involved with freshmen when I was a freshman. So I just remember seeing you everywhere.
Yes.
Your words, Jake. Use your words.
That was a long time ago.
Yes. I was a orientation leader.
Yes.
So I welcomed all the freshmen at orientation.
And then you went around and knocked on people's doors. That sounds
exhilarating. I got paid to knock on doors. Like, that sounds so creepy now looking back.
It kind of does. It sounds like very aggressive in a way.
It was very aggressive, but it did the job.
But look, now we're friends, all because of
Here
doors
we are.
knocking. Yeah.
So I'm having headphone difficulty. Is this okay for you?
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you can hear
You sound
us
great.
in some way, shape, or form, then that's great because we can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. Yeah, I can hear and see you guys and your beautiful selves.
Oh, thanks.
You're so kind. I know that you really didn't have to say that about Jake, so that's really nice of you. Okay, so you're really like, I don't even know how to like start this because what you're doing, I feel like is such an amazing and such a bright way of looking at something that can be really mentally taxing. So you're going through chemo right now, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And
I have to be honest with you guys, this was a rough week. It was an emotional week. It was my body. I'm feeling like it's getting, it's getting tired from the chemo, but I was listening to your episodes before, and I love that you just like embrace being real about what's going on and like the hot mess, which hot mess and chemo, like there's some hot mess moments. But yeah, I mean, I'm going through it. I'm halfway through chemo now, and I'll be getting surgery. I don't know which kind of surgery after this. It'll be a lumpectomy or a mastectomy, but we're in the fight currently.
halfway through though, that's a big milestone.
Congrats.
Yes. Thank you.
That's amazing. You're almost fucking done.
Yes.
Which is also
incredible.
I feel like I also can't say almost done because obviously, like you said, you're going to have surgery afterwards, but you're making it through and you're making what seems to be great progress then, even if your body feels, like it's really hurting. Are you, your doctors are positive about the outcomes so far?
Yeah, absolutely. And we can talk about how we found it, and it's crazy. I'm 28, so I'm facing breast cancer at 28, but after 2 rounds of chemo, the lump was already starting to disappear, which is insane. It is so cool. So, I mean, knowing that we're getting through each week of this treatment cycle has been great, but then feeling that there's a difference, knowing that it's working, even my doctors are so thrilled that they were confident that this is how it was going to happen, but how would I know? So,
yeah.
So I guess that's a good place to start. And, like you talked to me earlier and you were like, I want to talk about the awareness portion of it. And I was like, yeah, that's so important. So like, how did you find out, right, that like you had breast cancer?
So I was going to be moving to Japan with my husband, and Jake was actually going to be our potential videographer. This whole 2020 has been a year. We actually just got married, and my husband's in the military. He's a Green Beret, and he finished all of his training after 2 years, and we were told that we were going to move to Japan. So in order to move, sorry, my puppy is running around.
We both have puppies. Totally understand. Don't worry.
Another 2020 quarantine situation. But yeah, so we were told it's
totally fine.
You guys got to see her.
What's her name?
Join us?
Charlie May. May is MEI, beautiful in Chinese, because Andrew learned Mandarin because we were going to move to Japan.
What?
Here's Charlie and Andrew.
Hello. Oh my God. So cute.
Sorry, we got her.
She's cute.
Oh, I want her for myself.
Ricki, did you get a puppy during quarantine as well?
No, I've had a dog for so long, and he's my dog. But when I moved to California, my dad decided that he wanted to keep my dog because he got so emotionally attached to him. And he used to always say to me, though, like, when the fuck are you leaving and taking your goddamn dog with you? I can't deal with him anymore. And then once I was like, so I'm about to leave and take my goddamn dog with me. And he was like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you're taking Pee-wee? And I was like, he's my dog, and you've been asking for me to take him for the last 8 years. Like, what do you mean? What do I mean? And I made him look me in the eyes. I was like, if you look me in the eyes and you tell me that you love Pee-wee and you can't live without him, I will let him stay with you. So he bit his tongue. Like, I love Pee-wee. And I was like, and he goes, It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard if he's not here. So I was like, fine, I'll let him stay. So I just came back from California and he will not leave me alone. He is attached to me. I call him my shadow. He's the biggest love bug ever.
That's amazing. I'm sure he's so happy you're back.
Oh, a dog's love is like a love that you will literally never understand. It's crazy.
Yes. With Charlie being a pandemic puppy and now a chemo cancer puppy, she is just like attached to me and us. But
I love it.
So cute.
Yeah. But sorry, she just went so crazy. But so that's how we found out, because we were moving to Japan. And for the military, you have to do these, go and get a checkup and make sure that you don't qualify for extra healthcare needs.
Okay.
And in my appointment, it was just a physical, and then I started asking about, birth control, and one thing led to another, and now it's a full OBGYN exam. And it was a nurse, and it was her she had an amazing energy the whole time. I kept saying, "You're making my morning. You're so kind," and she said, "Not going to do the breast exam." And I was like, well, because you said it, let's do it. Like, I already was feeling your energy all day. And then in that appointment, they found the lump. So.
Wow. So that you would have never had that if you didn't go to that doctor or that appointment.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things where I felt like the stars aligned, and, had we not wanted to go to Japan and embrace adventure, we told the military we want Japan. I was ready for my Moana moment, living on an island. It was like their Hawaii, and we were ready to go for the next couple of years. And then that appointment, had I not had that nurse or, listened to my gut, so many times you have energy with people and like, is that good energy coming off them or is that bad? And the doctor wasn't going to do a breast exam because I am 28. And that's why I had said awareness, because at our age, you don't have to do a breast exam all the time. And the doctor wasn't going to necessarily do it. So I'm so, so grateful that nurse said something. And then my gut was like, hey girl, check in, let's do this. Because even after that, there were appointments that we still didn't know it was breast cancer. And it was because of my age, we had the opportunity, you could wait 6 months or you can get this checked out now. Like that's the stars aligning. It was meant to be found the way it did. And I was meant to tackle it, because had I waited, this is so aggressive, I don't know where I would be.
So when you first actually found out that you had breast cancer, what was your initial thought? Like, what's the first thing that came to your head?
I looked in the mirror, actually. I was in my office. I got the call from the doctor, and I just remember crying. And it was, truthfully, I was prepared for that call to find out if I had breast cancer or not, because at that point I was waiting on their results. The day that we found the lump, that was a completely different scenario, because it was just like blindsided. But the day that they called me about breast cancer, they also said I had a abnormal PAP, which means your cervix. Mm-hmm. So that I was like, holy shit, now I have breast cancer and something else wrong. Like, is it spread? What's going on? But yeah, it was a crazy, crazy day. And truthfully, that day, I was here. My husband came right home. We called our family. We ate a delicious Italian meal, because I was like, I just need really good food to get through this. And we mentally game plan. We're like, all right, whatever we need to do, we're going at this.
So are you staying, is the plan to ever move to Japan now, or did this ruin that plan?
So it's, done. We are here in North Carolina. We found out we'll be here for the next 4 years or so, but we will definitely celebrate in Japan when this is all over.
Yeah.
And we beat this, and COVID is out of here, and we can actually travel to faraway places. But yeah, we're in North Carolina.
So speaking of the COVID part of this, obviously that's made an impact on the way everyone's living. But right now, with you going through chemo, you're immune compromised.
Yes. So I have to be extra careful. And I'm so grateful for my caretaker team, my best friend, my husband, our family members who they've come from New Jersey because we're both from New Jersey, and they'll make sure that they're quarantining, being extra careful before they come. But here, I mean, if I don't have to take a risk, I don't. So like my husband and best friend won't let me really go to the grocery store because why do I really need to expose myself to that? You know, I just have to be extra careful. But I will say I'm lucky because I'm getting treated at a military hospital, and our hospital is just, I guess we're also a Southern hospital, but Andrew is allowed in there with me. So I've talked to some other warriors going through this, and they have to face chemo alone or their hospital days alone. And Andrew, has to get his temperature done, and we go together.
2020, as everyone knows, has been a total shit show and has been taken a big toll on everyone in some sort of way, right? And then you get this thrown at you in the middle of 2020, during the pandemic, during one of the craziest years probably most of us listening have ever lived. You've taken this, and not only are you the most positive person I've seen going through chemo, at least online, I'm sure you have many days, and like you said, today was a hard day, but you've taken this and turned it into something where you're focusing your energy on something positive. And that's where this challenge came in. So can you explain to us what the challenge is?
Yes. So the day I started chemo, I launched the Chemo to Kindness Challenge. And it was something I was thinking about, before chemo had started. Everyone's reaching out. What can I do for you? What can I send? Should we do t-shirts? Should we do this? And, we still are doing some of these things, but I just kept thinking, what do I always say to myself? And it's make an impact, seize the day. Like, I love that mentality. It's been very difficult 2020 not being able to seize the freaking day and make an impact at different opportunities, So I'm like, okay, shit, Lorelei, now you're here with breast cancer. You're going to be out of it. What do you really want? It's to make an impact in this world. And I just kept thinking, like, the day one, Ricki, you had asked me, what was day one? I told my family I'm going to be a breast cancer survivor. Like, that was when I called, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to be putting this on like all the lists of things I've done. I'm going to be a survivor. And when I thought of the
I'm
challenge,
sorry if I'm getting a little emotional right now, but I don't want you to feel weird about me crying, but God,
no, it's emotional. And I've been crying this whole week. I mean, like I said, it's been a hard week, but I was determined that I was going to be a survivor, but I kept thinking, but if this is really strong compared to me, and this is it, I want to go out doing what I love. And what I love is making an impact. So the Chemo to Kindness Challenge, I thought, okay, I have 16 weeks of treatment, and I'm going to challenge the world to do 100 acts of kindness each week and tell me about it. So I announced it. I stayed up till 2 or 3 a.m. the night before my first chemo. Don't recommend that for other people who may have to go through this. But I was working on the website and the language of the graphics of what this challenge would be. So that way in the morning when I went in, I could say, I'm starting chemo, please be kind. And that was the kickoff on October 19th.
So how many acts of kindness are you at now?
So as of today, we have just over 780 acts of kindness in, I think, 8 different countries, maybe more.
And how do people, let's say our listeners want to contribute to your acts of kindness, how do they do that?
Well, I would love if they would want to contribute, but they can go to LoreleiColbert.com, and I have plenty of buttons that you can just click track your act, and you can track it there. So I ask that you do an act and tell me about it on the website. And then if you want, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, and use either the hashtag 1600acts or hashtag Team Lorelei. And as of today, I just announced we have a Snap code filter. So I was talking with Snapchat Philanthropy, and be launching that probably tonight. You know, if anyone wants to take a photo of their act of kindness, not that that's going to tell me, you still need to tell me about it, but it's so exciting that that's another avenue to spread awareness.
That's so fun. Have you read every one of those 700 acts?
I think so.
Holy cow.
And
is there one that like really sticks out to you?
I mean, there's plenty that stick out to me. One came in from an international friend who said she donated to education for a girl below poverty line for a year.
Wow.
And that to me was just like, wow. I mean, that is incredible. I'm trying to, there's honestly so many, Jake. And at first, when I launched the challenge, I asked if everyone could just tell me about it, put it in comments on my Instagram and Facebook. And there was so many coming in that I couldn't keep track of them anymore. That's when 2 weeks later, I had to launch the website. So that way we could track it on there. But we have, you know, I think over 30 different nonprofits that have been impacted globally. And, you know, if you tell me what nonprofit you're donating to, I try to put that onto our impact page. And it's just been so inspiring to see a community of people that want to do good come together. You know, we've had so many people start chains at Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, paying for the people behind them. I've had students do videos and classrooms, but I think the education one, I mean, I'm a people person, you know, so to know that someone's helping someone in need is just so special.
You're a people person? We couldn't tell.
I know you're going through chemo and you're thinking about what other people can do for people around them or somebody else who needs it. So clearly you are very much a people person.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but it's so cool. Even in when I do, so I've been doing Monday videos, and I just did one tonight, and on before chemo, before I go to the hospital, I'll do like a check-in in the morning. And that always spikes the numbers of acts coming in that day and people reaching out. And my nurses have been blown away as well, because I'll be sitting in the chair and we'll be getting, you know, I'll be chemo, but I'll give videos and stories and photos of all these acts coming in. And it's just so beautiful.
How long is chemo each time you go?
It's a full day.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like physically getting the chemo all day, but it's like I go in the morning to get blood work done, and then in the afternoon, that's when they start the chemo. And I have a port that they put in, so that's where I get my chemo.
So for the acts of kindness, do you plan on keeping this up through when you're done with chemo? Because it seems like you're making such an impact that there isn't much of a reason to stop, but obviously that's something that's up to you, and if that's something that you want to continue to do. I
know. I feel like I'm going to want to keep it going in some capacity. I've also thought about, you know, I initially started this challenge in honor of the nurse, that her kindness is really what just sparked this whole journey for me. And to me, her kindness saved my life. You know, you never know what people are going through and what you can do to just change someone's world. So I definitely want to give her a book of all the acts, but I think I would love to.
I just got chills.
Just do this one too. Yeah. I mean, what else can you say? Like, that's why we do what we do and connect with people, right? To hopefully inspire others or connect others. And that woman, like her whole day, yes, like, madam, are you okay? Are you having a good day? Is this all right for you? Come follow me this way. Like, just those simple niceties. That's what the world needs, especially in 2020. And that's what saved my life, because she was just kind.
So on days like today or like this week, when you're having a shitty week or you're just like, you're feeling your body getting weaker, like what are you doing to like keep that smile on your face?
Well, some days it's hard. But truthfully, I read the acts. I try to move my body. I feel so much better when I can like get out for a walk. Even when my body feels really weak, if I could just do a lap. We live in an apartment complex, so if I could do a lap, usually those endorphins help a little bit. But I think it's really just connecting with other people. And I will say, because this week it was harder, it was a little bit more emotional, and maybe it was feeling too of, we got through the red devil was one of the chemo drugs that I had for 4 times. We got through that. I don't know. There were some hard days where for me, then I just didn't really post on social because it didn't feel genuine. And I don't want people to think that it's just an easy journey.
Right.
Just because I'm a smiling person.
Yeah, that was going to be my other question, was like, those hard days, do you feel like you kind of have to let people know that those obviously happen and that this does take a toll on you, even though you are so positive and you are so outgoing and you do feel like you are, making a difference and doing things like that, but like, you are a human being. Obviously, you're going to have days where it really just beats you down physically and mentally, probably more mentally some days than just physically.
Yeah. And that's a great question. And that's kind of what I was probably struggling with the last couple days, because like even this Snapchat snap code, I'm so grateful that we have the snap code, and I've had it now for a couple of days, but I could barely get off my couch on Saturday. So to me, that didn't feel right to like, I tried to put words in, draft the copy, but it didn't feel right to me. So I just took a pause, and I took a step back and just kind of leaned in, and I asked for help with my friends, like with what I needed, but it wasn't easy. And I made sure tonight when I did my check-in that I talked about that. Because I always talk about when I've had side effects, but truthfully, I think I've been so mentally strong, and feeling my body get weaker this past week was just really difficult.
Does that then take a toll on, like, if you feel like you've been doing so well mentally and then you feel that your body's getting weaker, are you now feeling like it like brings you back a little bit mentally?
I think it did a little bit. I'm still determined to win, and I take notes on my phone. So I wish I've been better at doing more intentional journaling through this process, but some days I'll like talk in my phone before I go to bed, just to say, hey, this is what happened today. And I just, I did that this week because it was tough. Like you never want, and I didn't talk about this, but I'm going through medical menopause. That was an opportunity. When you're going through chemo, you could try to harvest your eggs. But the doctors had suggested I go after this cancer right away because I am 28, and they have technology with this shot that you can put your ovaries in a dormant state. So like, I'm also going through menopause right now at 28. So I'm getting hot flashes. I'm breaking out sweats. I'm like highs and lows, emotional, not sleeping very well. Like, I feel like I just have to take that all with like a grain of salt, that there's a lot going on, and it's not an easy time.
I'm getting very emotional listening to all of this. My titi, who is she also like helped raise my brother and I, and she was always there for us. She had breast cancer when I was younger, and I remember, I see a lot of how she is kind of in you. She's like the strongest, like one of the strongest people that I've ever known in my entire life, and I was not old enough to know all of the details, but I was old enough to know just, you know, how debilitating it can be. And to watch somebody go through that is really difficult, even though obviously it's so much more difficult for you guys to go through it. But it takes a toll on you too to watch it, especially when you watch the strongest person you know kind of look like somebody that you don't know anymore, somebody who just doesn't have energy, who can't really talk to you about anything, doesn't seem to care about much because there's just so much going on. But I remember, like, you know, she let herself for a little while, kind of, it affected her that much. And then she kind of realized that she is so much stronger than this and that she was going to beat it. And she did kick cancer's ass, and she is very healthy right now. And she is one of the most badass women that I know in my entire life. But I see a lot of, like, you know, that positivity now that I remember so much from her, like, off of you. And that's why I keep getting very emotional. I keep getting like teary-eyed because that's really the biggest part of this, is staying positive and really trying to, like, have those days, obviously, where you are like, okay, everything sucks. This sucks. I hate everything right now, because that's human and that's totally normal. But the way that you mentally can battle anything is more powerful than your body could ever be. It's crazy. So watching the way that you're handling this is really something that's beyond words, honestly. And the fact that you're taking it even farther by doing kind acts for other people and getting other people involved in doing kind acts for other people, especially right now and with everything going on, it's mind-blowing.
Well, thank you.
I
It's
admire you a
incredible to
lot.
hear. Well, thank you. And thank you for sharing the story with your TT, because the Survivor Network is so inspiring. And I've done Relay for Lives. I've done the Susan G. Komen 3-day walk, where I've walked aside these warrior women. And it was, you know, now being in it, I get emotional thinking about that, you know, like, hats off to your TT, because it's not an easy journey. And I'm just so grateful that I found it when I did. I really feel like I found it, and am able to handle it in my own way that hopefully will help other people, especially, you know, for 20 somethings that get it, or 30 somethings. It's unfortunately something that a lot of us face. And they say 1 in 8 women will get it. That's insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it's, you know, I'm so grateful that you guys wanted to chat about it and talk about the kindness challenge, because it has been an uplifting journey, a crazy journey. I feel like I've gotten a whole new education, but this is just another chapter in life.
Absolutely. And I admire you so much. And like, I've always admired you, and it's so incredible what you're doing now and how strong, you know, you're, like, the positivity that you're putting out into the world from this. And that would be a good way to end this, is every week now we're doing our little wins of the day, I guess. It's usually like the week, but whatever. A little win that you had today. So Ricki, let's start with you.
Okay, I'll make it quick because we don't have much time before this times us out. But right now I'm working with my parents at their safe and vault company, and customer service is really tough sometimes, especially around this time of year. And I got the opportunity to help an elderly man today do something that he didn't know how to do, and fix something on his safe, to the point where he actually called me afterwards to say thank you so much and tell me that I was a lifesaver and that I helped him figure this out. And he was just so kind to me, and that never happens. Nobody ever calls you afterwards to tell you thank you. You just, you know, help somebody in customer service and they, okay, bye. But this guy called back to just say how wonderful and amazing I was and how helpful I was and how that was great for him today. And that was my little win.
That's so nice. Somebody thinks you're amazing.
That's
My
great.
little win, that is great. My little win is the other day I was cooking dinner, and I was like, you know what? I should cook a little bit more than I'm going to eat tonight, because there's going to be a day where I'm going to be like, oh, I'm happy I did that. And guess what? That day was today. I
Look
ate
at
leftovers
that.
that I cooked from the other day because I didn't have enough time to make dinner, and I'm so happy that I cooked too much.
That is awesome. What was it?
Potatoes. But like you can add potatoes to anything, or you can like make
You're
anything with potatoes.
Quite the chef, Jake Bird.
So
Quite
it was
the
great.
chef.
I just like made some eggs and then I had breakfast for dinner.
Love
That's
that.
perfect.
Yeah. Lorelei, what was your little win of the day?
So my little win started first thing this morning with this medical menopause and my hot sweats. I do not sleep through the night anymore, but I slept until 6:23 this morning, and that is my little win.
What time are you normally waking up?
Jake, I'm waking up at all times of the night. I'm waking up at 4 a.m. for a snack, 2 a.m., but not last night. I slept soundly.
Oh, good for you.
So I woke up and I was like, oh shit, I think that's my little win of the day. And it was. That was my highlight.
Damn.
Love
Well,
it.
it's good to start early, I guess. Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy that we were able to talk to you and share your story and, check in with you and see your face. And
oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. And thank you for just doing what you do and, bringing light and love and laughter to so many people and, bringing me on, because it was definitely a bright spot today. This was another little one.
Thank you.
It was a bigger one. But
and we'll share your website.
Twice tonight. Don't make me cry again.
And thank you for choosing me for your surprise voter giveaway. Did you guys know that was me?
I didn't know that was you.
Thanks, Ricki.
You're welcome. You're so welcome.
Act of kindness. Check.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll share your website so people can see where they can put in the acts of kindness, and we'll help you get to that 1,600 acts.
Yes, can't wait. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us.
You are a gem. Thank you. You've made my night.
Thank you.
Oh,
Holy cow. I was
so
like,
emotional.
yeah. I was like, it won't be more than 20 minutes. And then like 40 minutes later, she's just such an amazing human being. Like she's
I cried
awesome.
3 times. I mean, I'm blown away. And I'm not typically blown away by people because normally people annoy me. But I am blown away by her.
Yeah.
And that's, and I don't really think about my titi going through breast cancer very often because it was one of those things for me where it was like, okay, we beat this and everything's good and like we don't have to think about it anymore. So it just, it brought up a lot of emotions for me personally that I haven't touched on in years. And I just, I remember everything, all of what she was going through. And so to see Lorelei going through that and still just, pushing through for other people, it's fucking amazing. Like, just to put it blankly, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad we talked on like that it's like totally normal to like just have a day and have a shitty day. Cause I said, what do you do to keep a smile on your face? And I didn't say that because I'm like, you have to keep a smile on your face. I ask that because I know that she always has a smile on her face. Right. And so if Lorelei doesn't have a smile on her face, like that's not a good day.
Yeah.
So I was just more curious of like, what is she doing to like stay herself?
Totally.
But you're right? Like you can have a day, like everybody has a fucking day. And like sometimes the day just sucks. And her whole going through breast cancer fucking sucks. Right? Like any sort of cancer sucks. And so she's going to have a lot of bad days. But like, even if you're not going through breast cancer or you're not having any sort of like major life change, like you can still have a fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. You don't have to be happy all the time.
You don't. I mean,
That's my rant.
It's human nature, We will not be doing Hot Mess Express tonight, so we will do both Hot Mess Express and Shower Thoughts next week. I think that we should end it here, and we should end it by saying, go do an act of kindness and do it in Lorelei's honor. You know what I mean? Go also hug everybody that you love if you live in the same household as them. If not, send them a virtual hug right now and tell them that you love them because it's so important. You just never know what the fuck is going to happen. So, just do something good. That's all. I think that we can end it on that.
Yep. I'm excited to watch her beat this.
Me fucking too. And we will catch you next week.